Hello everyone, I've been thinking about the topic of this ramble for quite a long time, and finally Zord's UIM mode is broken video recently motivated me to go ahead and put my thoughts to paper, or rather video. So here we are. I wanted to start by saying that the looting bag is essential to the UIM mode. If you're not playing, you might not understand how much, but even though there are some people that play without looting bags on the UIM, I think it definitely falls into the snowflake iron category. And the general consensus is that there is no UIM game mode without a looting bag. It's such a backbone of the UIM strategy and the UIM experience. And I just wanted to say that I don't actually have any issues with how it works. I think that the bagging and the retrieving mechanics are fine. I think that the dying to get your items out is fine. And nowadays that we have bagging at Ferox, I think that aspect is also perfectly fine. You no longer have to risk your entire account's wealth bagging in the wilderness. So I think that it works fine. So what I actually have issue with is how you obtain the looting bag. As I mentioned before, the bag is so essential to Ultimate Ironman that it's no longer just a PvP item, it's now also a UIM item. And currently, getting into PvP scenarios are the only ways of obtaining the bag. The first option is obtaining the bag from the wilderness, just like it always was. Now the raids are buffed, so that is okay. And you can do it safely if you dev pile your items, they stay on the ground for an hour, you can bring any trash weapon, kill some monsters, get your bag while risking nothing, and then you have the bag and you're good to go. The problem arises when your items are in an item retrieval service if you died at Vorkath or Hydra, for example. If you die with your items in one of those retrieval services, they just get deleted. So if you go to Wieldy for the bag and somebody spots you, well, you are risking absolutely everything. And at this point, you can't dev pile because the service holds all of your items, the items from your bag included. So that is more than fits in your regular 28 slot inventory. So if you were to withdraw the first half and dev pile, then the other half that's still in the service would be deleted. So thankfully there is another option to get looting bags, and that is via Last Man Standing. If you play Last Man Standing and you kill someone, you get a point. One looting bag costs 1 point, so it's a decent alternative to store bags for tight situations, like for example, if you died at DKs and it's very far to get there, so you can get a bag in a hurry, and you can just go straight to picking up your items without having to worry to get the bag first from the wilderness, or in a situation like before where you have items in your item retrieval service, you can just take them, bag them, and come back for the rest. So that is all fine and dandy. But the issue I have with this is to get LMS points, as I said before, you have to get a kill in the minigame, and that requires you to have PvP skill to get an item that is essential to playing your mode, even if you have no interest in PvP. Now, you could say, get good, and well, I did. I got some points, so yeah, but for a potential player, that is, I would say, not a great design, because UIM is not inherently a PvP game mode. There should be ways of getting a bag without being forced into PvP scenarios. Now, there are more issues with LMS that I have. You're not only playing against experienced PKers, there are also bots that are automatically switching prayers to beat you every time. So you're essentially hoping to find either a noob or a broken bot to slowly grow your points, or you really are great at PvP, and then, well, that's fair enough. My main point is that the looting bag is no longer just a PvP item. As I said before, it's an Ultimate Ironman item too, so I would like to see ways of obtaining the bag without entering PvP scenarios. And my main idea and what I would really want to see is the Ironman tutor giving out looting bags to UIMs only. I know this is a very controversial opinion, but that is what I personally believe would be the best. I also would not want to see any handicaps on those bags specifically. Like, for example, Darren Tudor will give out bags, but they will be holding less items, like, say, 20 slots or 10 slots. And if you want to get the full 28 slot bag, you have to go to the wieldy. I think that wouldn't be a good compromise, especially because any UIM past mid-game needs those 28 slots, so that would only fix the issue maybe for extremely low-level players, and everyone across a certain point would just not use that service at all. So if giving out bugs to UIMs is deemed bad for the game mode for some reason, I think there might be some alternatives. Two I would like to propose is, let Slayer Masters sell looting bags. That idea already has precedent. When Bounty Hunter was removed, Jagex added looting bags to Slayer Master's stock for 30,000 coins, and then they removed that a couple months later. But I think pretty much every UIM liked that change. Getting bags is a hassle. There are some things that doing them in the UIM game mode gives you that, that sense of accomplishments, etc. But getting a bag just isn't one of those, and it's making everything more tedious for the sake of being tedious. Having the looting bags in the Slayer Master stock would also let level 3 UIM skillers get bags more reliably, but I think now with the proposed changes to Rings of Recall, that might not be as big of a point. So if that is also deemed not too great of a solution, there is also another. I think the looting bags could be added to a minigame stock that is not a PvP one. One idea that I had was pest control, mostly because it doesn't require you to hold any physical minigame currency in your backpack, and after giving the minigame list a quick scroll, I just didn't see any other minigame that would fit the profile even a little. So I think pest control would be a decent alternative, or add them to a new minigame that might come out. So yeah, these are my thoughts on currently the state of obtaining the looting bag, and to sum up, I think the mechanics of bagging and retrieving items are great and balanced, and my only issue so far is UIMs shouldn't be forced to PvP scenarios just to get an item that they need to play the game mode. And if you have any thoughts or other ideas, I would love to see them in the comments. I would love to see the discussion. And other than that, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.